YouTube, what it do? It's Way Out here. Today was an amazing day. Thank the Lord. I had one $1,000 day on one account, and then one of them was $700 today. One of them was on TopStack X. One of them is on MyFooted Futures, which I talk to you guys about all the time. I love both platforms. I have one account on each one, and I figure I'm gonna show you guys today TopStack X. And what we do on this here is the same exact crap, different day. I'm gonna show you guys my strategy, why I made the decisions I made today, and that's pretty much it. We're gonna get into this. All right. Number one, I am not a financial guru. I am not an advisor. I'm not selling you a course. There's nothing here. I'm showing you what I do, showing you my trades. Hopefully it helps you. At the end of the day, hopefully you can take the strategy that God gave me and you can use it yourself with confluence and start winning in the stock market, okay? So this is what helps me the most. This is what has changed my life forever, man. So I can't thank the Lord enough for that. But I'm gonna show you guys what happened and we're gonna go from there. All right, so number one, let me hit this, can I get this out of here? Probably not. I don't think I can, so sorry about that. I don't know how to get this out. I'm still freaking new. I use MyFooted Futures. I've been using a lot longer. That's where I blew 100 other accounts. So what we're gonna look at right here, again, if you guys are new here, okay, I trade the 15-minute orb strategy. 15-minute orb strategy is what works for me the most. It's what's worked for me for months now. I absolutely love it. It's changed the game for me. So basically what you're doing is, obviously with confluence, we're taking a high of the 15-minute candle when it first opens and a low of the 15-minute candle, okay? So as you guys can see on Top Step, you have your time frame right here, okay? So obviously we're on the 15, and 9:30 is when I trade. So that's when I recommend you guys trade. Again, I am not a guru. Don't listen to me, homie. You have no reason to listen to me. I'm just a random dude, all right? So don't listen to me. So we're gonna go to the 15 high, 15-minute low, okay? And as you guys can see, you can set your lines here. This is our Top Step. Can't even speak. Horizontal line, okay? So we have our high, our low. As you guys can see, I'm gonna try to be just upfront with everything, okay? From when the market first opens, do not trade, okay? It's gonna be volatile. You're gonna see up, down, in between. And unless you are a stock guru and you know exactly where it's going, I mean, again, do what you want, but I personally, I don't trade within the first 20 minutes normally. That's just how I do it, and that's what this strategy calls for, okay? So as you guys can see, we have a high set and a low set, all right? And from there, that is how we make our choices, okay? So as you guys can see, as I tell you guys, you always are looking for a closure underneath the 15-minute candle, which I think I might have actually done that wrong, so I gotta go back here. Oopsies. 5-minute. As you guys can see, we are looking for a closure underneath the low. As you guys can see, this second one was not a closure, okay? So we see the low being formed on the 15-minute candle, but then eventually, after the 15-minute closed, we saw a 5-minute reversal going back up into this region up here, right? And I'm sitting there at this moment and be like, okay, well, clearly I'm not trading right now because we don't know what's gonna happen. It could continue going upwards. That's why patience is key, right, in the market. We could have seen a reversal going and then a closure up here and a continuation upwards, right? But we did not. Okay, and that's how I knew, again, based off of experience, that we were not going to be moving upwards, okay? So it came back up here, probably was just grabbing a little bit of extra liquidity, whatever, or just stomping people out. Again, the market's going to do what it wants to do. We just want to be on the right side. That's it. We don't care what they're doing or what they're going to get. We just want to make sure that we're on the right side of where they're going, okay? So as you guys can see, this is where I made my choice right here. And again, because we saw a drop back down into this. I held from right here, and I know this goes against my rules. I know it does. But I have no excuse for it. It worked for me today. And I just knew. For some reason, something just told me. And I can't say that you should do that because you should not do that. But I knew dang well that if it was heading through here, we saw a 5-minute closure underneath here, it was going to continue downwards. And I'm not saying it's going to happen every time. But again, it could have completely reversed on me and kept it going up. And that's why we always want to make sure there's a closure, right? But I'm showing you guys where I jumped in. You should not do that. You should wait, like I told you guys, to be patient. Unlike me, I was not patient today. I was to a degree, but I wasn't enough, okay? So we see a 5-minute right here, right? A closure underneath the low that we set, right? That horizontal line. This is where you could have entered right here. We saw a complete red upon red. That's what we want, right? So because I told you guys, if we see a closure and then we see a green candle going back up, we don't trade it. We wait till it makes a full closure and then goes underneath that closure again, okay? That's when you would make your actual trade, right? Down, a put. I jumped in up there, obviously, like I told you guys, but if you had jumped in right here, you still would have made some serious change. Probably like $1,000, somewhere around there. Went all the way down to like 402 if you had 2 contracts, 3 contracts, obviously more than that. I'm honest with you guys. I'm not looking for, $20,000 days. I'm really not. I think that's just absurd. I mean, I would like to get there one day, I guess, but do we really need that? No. Some people think they do. I don't. I'm a pretty average dude. I like having a nice car, I don't know, man. I just like living and surviving. That's about it. I don't need nothing crazy. I don't need nothing fancy. I just live with God, man. That's how I'm as a person. That's why I try to just come on here and tell you guys, you know, hey, this is where I lose, this is where I win. And, you know, the market's a hard game. It really, really is, you know, and that's why I tell you guys, just follow the strategy, follow the confluence, follow what the strategy is telling you, right? So, and you guys can go back and look at other videos I made with actually like in-depth information on the strategy itself, because this is not one of those videos. This is me showing you what I did. So number one, like I told you guys, if we had entered right here like I did, I put my stop loss up here. I don't remember exactly what the number, I think it was like 490 I put it at, maybe, I don't remember, something like that. Because I knew that if it continued upwards back into this region, it probably could have kept going up, and I was like, I'm not gonna risk it. I took a small risk, and that's what the stock market's all about, is taking those small risks, and if those small risks work, we move our take profit as we go. You know, I mean, if we had entered right here and you saw it was down to 600 bucks, you're like, you know what, Al, I'm comfortable taking a $300 take profit for today. You move it down to 300 and you let it go. You know, I mean, if it keeps moving, great. And if it comes back up, you make 300 bucks. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is with the internet today is that people are on your butt. Oh, well, you gotta make $20,000 a day. You gotta make $50,000 a day. You don't have to do that, homie. You know, just go in, get funded. That's your first step. Get funded and make your money from there. You know, if it's $500 a day, that's a lot of damn money, man. Not many people are making that. You know what I mean? Just be comfortable with where you're at. I think a lot of the problem with our world today, you know, is comparison. You know, is comparing to, you know, to this person and that guru telling you this. Homie, a lot of these people are lying to you, you know, and that's why I try to be so upfront and honest with you and say, hey, man, you know, this strategy works with confluence. This strategy works when you're not trying to be greedy, you know, and like that's something I've struggled with, man. You know, I still struggle with sometimes, you know, and that's why I like to have my take profits there, so I know like, okay, well, I'm comfortable with the number 300, and you know, if it keeps moving, great. You know, and then let's just say it gets to 800 and you want to move it up to 5 and you want to take 500 take profit, perfect. You make 500 instead. You know, and if it goes to $1,200, you know, that you're in and you're still in the trade, and you were like, okay, I want 1,000 today. Boom, you have 1,000 take profit. It comes back up, you take your profit, you're done for the day. You just let it move down, or if it's going up, you let it move up and you slowly move up your take profit. You know, it's like it's easy as that. When you're in a winning trade, that's the best trade you can be in, because you just either can take your profits, or if you really, really want to be ballsy, you can like I do sometimes. I'll take my my stop loss. I'll put it right at break even. So at the end of the day, if it goes back up and it goes against me, break even's at that. So if you had jumped in here and it was heading downwards, right? You're like, I'm comfortable holding this to my take profit, which for some it would be here, right, at the fair value gap. You would just say, all right, I'm gonna put it at break even, and if it goes up and hits my break even, I'm out for the day. You know, me personally, I like having a little bit of take profit. You know, on one of my accounts, sometimes I'll just put my break even point. It just depends, honestly, depends on what the trade is, how well it's moving, you know, what I'm seeing kind of thing, because market's wonky today. We have big news drop today. With you know, Fed cuts with interest rates and stuff. So I'm out of here. I'm done with the day. I'll go move on till tomorrow. Yesterday I did not make a video, but I was up I think it was like 600 bucks on it. Yes, 500, 600 bucks on each of them yesterday. So yesterday was a great trade as well. Again, it's all about slow movement upwards, man. You know, if you can make 500 bucks a day or 300 bucks a day, you're making more than your job's paying you. You know what I'm saying? For most of you anyway. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. You know, if you did, make sure to, you know, smash that like button, subscribe for me. My Funny Futures code is in the description if you want to support me. You know, I love you guys. Make sure to comment. It really does help these videos, get these views going up so you can help support the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.